friends, and welcome back. So guys, I thought instead of a traditional vlog for today's Vlogmas, I would do a quick little video. It's actually a topic that I really did want to discuss, and my plan was to kind of have a sit down formal type video, if you will. But let's be honest, when do I ever get a chance to sit down, be still, and record a video? Like, never, right? So we're gonna do this right here in the mommy cave because I'm out running my errands, and it is what it is. So anyways, moving on. A topic that I kind of wanted to discuss, and I wanted to get this video done way back when, you know, before we kind of got into the rush of the holiday season. But again, time doesn't always work out the way you want to. But what I want to talk about is the overall Christmas spirit of giving and receiving. Now, I'm only sharing these things that's my perspective and things that's been on my mind and my heart and so on. I am one, and I'm sure I have talked about this before. I cut out a lot of the extra shopping and giving for Christmas time in general. We have so many, I mean, when you think about it, you have so many family members and people that are in your inner circle that you do want to bless with some type of gift just to show how much you care and, you know, your love for them, etc. But it can become a lot. It becomes extremely overwhelming, especially at the end of the year. We have so much going on at the end of the year. From January to December, we never know where we're going to stand financially and so on and so forth. So for me and my family, I cut out a lot of the other giving throughout the year. So like birthdays, anniversaries, all that stuff. I limit what I do in that aspect, if that makes sense. So for instance, my sister has 5 kids. So I have, you know, 5 nieces and nephews, plus cousins and so on. I don't do birthdays for them. Love them to death. Now, instead of giving them a gift, I place a few funds, you know, back for them for saving up for college and stuff like that. It's not a whole lot, but it's what I'm able to do at that time, and I do that. Same thing with my goddaughter. I do the same thing with her. She's going to be graduating next May, so she'll be ready for a car, getting into college, all of that stuff. So she'll have something, you know, some type of funds going into it, because I have been doing it for her for years. I mean, she's about to be 19, so I've been doing it for quite some time. So she has quite a bit of funds set to the side. But anyways, I have found that helped me out a lot. So when we got to the end of the year, I actually had the funds saved, and I also do that too. I save a certain amount, and I'll get into that, but I have the money saved already by the end of Christmas time come around, so I'm not hard pressed at the last minute to try to scramble up these dollars in order to buy somebody a Christmas gift, so on and so forth. So what I do is, for my own kids, I have a set amount and a set budget that I spend per child, period, and really they all have the same amount that I spend on them. Now, the younger 2 kids, obviously they get more items than the older 2. The older 2 are to the age now where they're getting electronics, more expensive clothing. And when I say more expensive, I'm meaning, you know, Jalen's into Nikes all of a sudden now, and Jalen's starting to like Nike. So those shoes, even though I might buy them at Marshall's or Ross or even at the discount outlet stores, they're still going to be more than $20, let's be honest. So with them, they may not get as many items, but the limit that I set for their Christmas amount is still the same, if that makes sense. So anyways, and I do the same thing with, you know, everyone in my immediate family. So for my mom, I have a certain amount that I spend on her, period, every year for Christmas. Same thing with my mother-in-law's, certain amount. With you know, for my daycare kids, I have a certain amount that I'm going to spend, period. And so on. So I just found that helps me when I have a set budget in place overall for Christmas, and then per person, etc. Even when it comes to the Christmas decorations and all that stuff there, I have a set budget in place for that, and that, you know, keeping within that budget, I'm not stressed out, and I don't have to worry about over exalting my budget, my funds, etc., etc., etc. So anyways, moving on. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about is, I don't think we should get caught up in the amount a gift costs. You know, you don't want to give somebody a gift that costs $100, and long story short, they really didn't want the gift. So when they open it, you don't get the reaction that you were hoping to get from them. It's kind of like, oh, thank you for yet again another Michael Kors purse that they didn't even want in the first place. I'm just, you know, giving an example. So don't get caught up on the dollar amount or the value of what an item cost that you gave. Me personally, this is just my own personal preference. I love giving DIY gifts. And when I say DIY, I'm going to say semi-homemade. So like, for instance, we have gotten so many makeup kits and stuff like that from CVS, couponing, and Walgreens, etc. With something like that, I would like to take it apart, put it in a gift basket, and put other items with it. If I know my friend loves coffee, I don't know, she's a community coffee drinker or whoever she likes, I would want to put coffee in there along with her nail polishes. If it's specific teas that she likes or candy that she likes or whatever, I would want to put that in the gift basket. So for me, it's more intimate, more personal, and it tells someone that you've been listening to them all year long. You know, you was listening to them when y'all went window shopping at Home Goods, and they said how much they love this one platter, but they just couldn't see themselves spending 20 bucks on it. Well, then you made a platter similar to that for them, etc. I just think things like that go farther, in my opinion, and then they cost you less. It's a matter of your time and your creativity on giving those gifts, if you will. So I just wanted to share my viewpoint on that. I don't think we should ever get caught up in how much of an item, you know, how much it costs that we're giving someone. It, you know, that old saying, it's a thought that counts. It really is a thought that counts. You know, when someone gives me something and they know I love blue and they give me something in the shade of blue, not pink because I'm a girl, it lets me know they get me and they know me, they're learning me, they're trying to understand me, so on and so forth. Same thing when somebody gives me a pack of Oreos. Y'all know I'm about that cookie life. That lets me know that they actually listen to all my crazy, and so on and so forth. So again, the end of all this is just give from your heart. Don't stress yourself out with trying to, you know, give this immaculate type gifts. Now, I know for some people and some families, you know, you just have an expensive palette. That's what I call it, an expensive palette. And if that's your thing, that's your thing. If it's getting to the point where it may be hurting you financially to continue that type of lifestyle up, well, then that's a story for another day. But long story short, it may be time for you to make some big changes in regard to that. For me personally, if y'all see me, if y'all pay attention to me, I'm not a big name brand type gal. I'm really, really not. I'm so simple, it's not even funny. Like, I'm just not into it. Never have been. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like it. If I find something that fits me nicely, and it's at the right price, I'm going to buy it, whether it has a label or it doesn't have a label. But I'm not into that. Like, that doesn't, I don't have to have, you know, a Louis Vuitton purse or a Michael Kors purse or whatever. Like, I don't need that. Payless purse, bomb.com. If it can hold sippy cups, crayons, and pull-ups, I'm good. All day, every day, I'm good. That's all I'm saying. But I'm just, you know, just be mindful of that. And then another thing too is I have realized over the years with myself, with gift giving, I tend to give what I would like to receive. And that may not always be the case for the person that's receiving the gift. They may not be someone that likes spa type stuff. They might not be someone that likes Bath and Body Works. Now let me tell you guys, and don't call me the Grinch. I'm not being the Grinch. I receive so much Bath and Body Wash stuff from my daycare parents every year that it's kind of like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, don't tell nobody, but I may or may not have re-gift some of those things. But anyways, I'm not a big smell goody type person. Don't get me twisted. I don't stink, but I have certain type of lotions that I use, and I have never really been like the perfumey type girl. You know, when I go somewhere nice, we're going out on a date, I go to church, we're going to the event, I will of course lather myself up to smell all nice and juicy, but on an everyday basis, I don't use it. And more so because of the line of work I'm in. I work with itty bitty babies, and we all know they're sensitive, their skin is fresh. I don't need to be smelling like Victoria's Secrets and they hold on to this child and this child break out, and that's a whole other issue for me. But anyways, I get Bath and Body Wash stuff all the time. Now, I don't know if it's my daycare parents trying to tell me that I stink on the under. I don't know. But I know more so, I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of, it's an easy and convenient gift, and it's something that they would want. So they give it to me as well. Now, I'm appreciative of it. Don't get me wrong. A lot of it, like I say, I re-gift it. I give it to my sister or Jada. She uses it. And I keep a few. Like, I have 3 main scents that I really, really, really enjoy right now that I have gotten last Christmas and for my birthday and Mother's Day this year. And those I use very often. And I have noticed Jada's starting to use my stuff too. I'm going to have to get on her, but she can have her little hands on my stuff. But anyways, all I'm saying is, don't feel the pressure for one that you have to give a gift. If you're in a position where you really cannot afford to, don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, at the end of the day, your family, your friends will not want you to come to them in January saying, hey, by the way, I'm about to get evicted because I can't pay my rent because, you know, I charged my credit card up, whatever. Or I use all my rent money on Christmas. Like, nobody is going to be willing to help you. They're going to talk about you, but they ain't going to be willing to help you. I'm just saying. So be truthful. That's what we're going to go with. Be true to you and what you got going on. There it is. Let's get the conversation going, guys, in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. Are you a big spender at Christmas? Are you a big gift giver? Do you pride yourself on giving luxury type items to folks? Or are you very simple and you stick with a gift card or something you know someone has been in need of or they've been asking for? Or do you do the DIY type gifts, semi-homemade gifts? Or if you are a couponer, do you give straight from your stockpile? I would like to know, like to get your feedback. Let's get the conversation rolling on this, guys. And as always, until next time, guys, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.